And one thing I found interesting, and maybe Jose, you can get into it as well, but you produced a lot of music videos like Obsesión, the Aventura. That was their hit song. That was the song that blew them up. Right. And you produced or directed the video?
I produced it, wrote it, directed it, edited it.
Wow. Talk to me about that accomplishment of, this group that was not known, at least not to me, I'll say that. And their first major hit, you have a huge role in it, Well, how did you discover that? What was the process? Talk to me.
That was a friend of mine, Julio Cesar, who was the manager at the time. And through Premium Latin Music, Julio Cesar hired me to make the video. And the first video we made was Cuando Volverás. That was the first Aventura video. We shot it on 38th Street on a rooftop. And that was the first music video that was around. And then after that, we did Obsession. Obsession was the major hit, And I remember we're doing the behind the scenes, and I said, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to be on camera too much.
Never wanted to be on camera.
And you see me on camera, but like for a few seconds,
Why didn't you want to be on camera?
I don't know. I'm always camera shy. I'm more like behind the scenes, like I'm a behind the scene type of person.
Okay.
So, and now my friends say, you should have been in the behind the scene like 20% or at least whatever. But for me, when I see Aventura and these people, like I say, I told Anthony, you guys are going to be big at one point.
So you saw the vision?
Yeah, when we went to do the Obsession video, we went to Tape House, this production company.
They're still open?
No, they closed.
Like Delancey Street, right?
No, they were on 44th Street.
Oh, 44th.
So I told the owner, you see this guy, Anthony, now Romeo, he said, this guy's going to be big. And it's like, he's going to be bigger than Enrique Iglesias. It's like, Enrique Iglesias was here last night.
I remember it.
So he said now he is bigger than he's like the biggest.
Yeah. That damn, to have that vision back then. You remember when Aventura came out?
Yeah. I remember. I wasn't with Joseph when he was working with him, but yeah, I mean, Aventura, weren't they the first Dominicans to sell out Madison Square Garden or something?
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
I don't know if that is true.
No, but they sold out Madison Square Garden more than once.
More than once. Like, I remember they had like a week straight.
Yeah, they had
you couldn't get tickets. I don't think Fernandito Villalona ever sold it out. No one. So
I don't think anybody's going to top the Aventura stuff and Romeo Santos.
I mean, I can see one of these urban artists, in the future, like El Alfa is a pretty big star, and maybe in the future another,
did
rapper.
Raúl Alejandro sell out the Barclays when he came?
Who?
Raúl Alejandro?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I can't think of, maybe Juan Luis Guerra, maybe. I don't know, but now off the top of my head. But
it's not many people that could do it.
It's not many. If there is other Dominicans, it's not, you can count on one hand.
Even like, remember the singer Angela Carrasco? Top-notch singer, one of the most beautiful voices you ever hear. And all the bachateros, they're like in regular restaurants, right? They never. So Aventura took it to a whole different Beatles kind of level, right? But on the Latin side.
Yeah. No, like Anthony Santos, right? We talk about the other, El Mayimbe,
you did his videos too? No, Anthony Santos? Never?
He doesn't like to do videos.
He doesn't do videos. No. Interesting.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't remember seeing him.
Yeah. No, he doesn't. Even Bomba Rosario. He did like 2 or 3 videos, but that was back in the 90s.
And Bomba Rosario don't like doing videos
they
either,
do
right?
some videos.
They do some?
Mm-hmm. No, but getting back to Anthony Santos, like, I remember when he would be doing shows at a bar,
at a restaurant,
in East New York, where I grew up in Brooklyn. I'm like, to me, this guy's a star, but he's on Logan and Fulton.
Yeah, taking the subway, so it's interesting. But the way those guys, Aventura, took off,
they took it to another level.
They're like untouchable.
I think part of it was the look. They were already from New York, and
I keep saying he looks like the 5th member of the younger brother.
Nah, when the song came out, Obsesión, I was in Dominican Republic. It came out in the summer, and maybe you would know more than me. Did it come out first in the Dominican Republic?
Yes.
Okay.
I was in the Dominican Republic when it happened. And every corner you would turn, they had that song on. You were walking in Colmado, ahí tenían esa canción. I would turn on the radio, I would get on uno de esos taxis, me montaba, tenía esa canción. And then, right, I spent 2 months out there. I spent my whole summer. I came to New York. It was like September already or late August. And the song comes out in New York for the first time. And I'm tired of this song now because all I did was listen to it in Dominican Republic. And now this song just came out. And everybody's like, you heard this song? I'm like, I'm tired of it. It blew up big. And they took it, like you said, they took it to another level.
Oh, they're like the Beatles.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even look at it like that.
Now they're like the Latin Beatles.
Yes.
Me and Joseph were around. We saw when artists were struggling, couldn't even afford videos. And Joseph, at the goodness of his heart, sometimes lowered the price. And so correct me if I'm wrong, they usually would give a fee, and whatever was not spent, Joseph would keep, right? So a lot of times he would, I want to say you ended up doing some for free, right? The videos?
Because we were shooting those videos on film. Film is expensive, and I was working as a sound guy for like big companies here, making $750 a day to hit play. And I even got a music video that Michael Jackson was gonna do with Biggie. That music video got canceled 3 times.
Interesting.
And they sent me 3 checks, and we never did the video. You know.
Wow. That man. The fact that you had the opportunity to do that would have been big for you.
Right, and then, cleaning up, I threw out the stub, the check stub. It's like, wow, I should have kept
you
that
didn't cash
check,
it? Oh, the stub.
Oh, he cashed it.
I cashed it.
Just the stub, the receipt.
Right, and I said, like, wow, I could have framed that stuff by now.
Michael Jackson and Biggie?
Michael Jackson and Biggie.
So that song, with 3 times cancellation, and then I was learning with these big production companies. I did playback for, like, Salt and Pepper and... Mike Geronimo, Mona Lisa, and Little Kim. I was working with big companies back then. So I was learning from them. And when I did those music videos for the Latinos, I took some of the crew from the big production companies to work with me. So they were getting like $1,500 a day to do wardrobe. I said, I don't care. I just want you to work with me. So I wasn't making money, but I was making high quality projects like Proyecto Uno, Pumping, it was
videos,
like a $65,000 music video budget, but I did 3 music videos for the price of 1. So I was just doing it,
Why do it at such a discounted rate? Why do it at cheap?
For me, it was just creating quality. I was concerned about the quality, not my profit. And then because I did that, I got more work. Because when I was showing my reel, they saw the quality of the work. And
you were just padding your resumes.
Right.
Oh,
so that's what it was.